Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's our visiting team and our home team. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually...
The punter, Jack Browning, the man to handle the kickoff duties. And off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led out by the NFL's most valuable player in 2024, at quarterback, Josh Allen.
I think when you take a step back and you look at last week's loss, I think there was some good and there was some bad. And I think you can really say that about the entire team. The 2 touchdown passes were great. And of course, he's got to stop giving the ball away with the interception. But I think if he continues to clean up some of his fundamentals, continue to improve his decision-making, and then on top of that, guys around him just have to continue to play better.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Corum. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards.
A pickup there of 13. That's enough for a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a first down.
Play action. Here's Allen. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40.
To the air. On 2nd down, here's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
On 3rd and a couple, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike. I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
He's got his man, Keyshawn Boutte. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Mooney in motion. 3rd and short, and it's Daniels. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, Jack Browning is on to punt. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he's putting together a remarkable season currently, leading the NFL in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that play, one first down. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He'll throw complete to Blake Corum. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
2nd and inches. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now give to Corum running right. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
from the shotgun. It's Allen. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's a handoff to Corum. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. 2nd down and 8. 2
yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Gain of 10 yards. Complete to Zay Flowers. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep it.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Allen, touchdown.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end. And they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the visitors are out to a 10-0 lead.
Condors nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The Condors offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. That's big Christian Wilkins. He works his way in, and that's now 5 sacks for him on the year.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21. And that will be a first down. Daniels going to keep it on the zone read.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
He's found his receiver, Butte. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Third and 2. Here we go. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. We'll try and run it here with Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
The visitors' offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. Remember, he had a touchdown on the ground earlier, something he's been able to do frequently this season, as you see where he ranks among NFL quarterbacks in rushing TDs. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Allen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, Josh Allen. Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a run with Cora. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They go play action now. Here's Allen. This one complete right side. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
First down. 1st and goal.
Here's a run. And he will score. Blake Cora has a touchdown. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season. On for the PAT is Aubrey. It's up and good. And the visitors move further out in front. It is now 17-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Condors offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive. As they'll begin here with first down. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. In motion comes Andrews. Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they're going to hold up here in pass protection.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense. And Josh Allen heads back onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play results in a 1st down.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
A gain of 13 yards.
From the draw with Cora. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
8 yards.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
A give here to Pacheco. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
4 yards. That's another 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, here is Allen. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Result is a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Allen will throw. He's got his big tight end. Darnell Washington for the touchdown. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Condors offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. That's enough for a 1st down.
Salt Lake City, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. He'll step up and run this. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the first down. One of the tight ends in motion right.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. 1st and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Daniels. That one is caught by Mooney. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
Throwing now. Daniels. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On play action, Daniels. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. Now this offense can use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Throwing again. Daniel. Reaching for it. The tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to be 3rd down. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. And his defense will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. John Harbaugh will send out the field goal unit. This from 30 yards out. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Condors are on the board just before halftime.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit that they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he's stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and running back Blake Corum getting back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Henry To'oto.
Throwing now, Allen. Going right, it's taken in. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. As it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9
yards. Results in a first down.
One more time going up top with Allen. This one is caught. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
A gain of 13.
Throwing again is Allen. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
To number 9. It's a gain of 9.
And he'll spike it to stop the clock. And now, if they choose, have a chance for a long field goal here before the break. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Week 14 is here, the final 5 weeks of the regular season. Teams jockeying for position. Let's get after it. Our trip around the NFL starts now with a good divisional matchup in the black and blue NFC North. And it's the veteran Baker Mayfield. A 17-yard touchdown pass. The Nighthawks needed this one, and they got it. A victory that helps them keep pace in the NFC wildcard race. From there, we check out another big late-season game. Playoff implications here. And it's Aiden O'Connell. One of his 2 touchdown passes here in the first half. The Wizards have taken a 1-point lead into the locker room, 14-13 your score. With that, we take a look at the rest of the action going on around the NFL here in Week 14. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. A safe kick taken at the 5. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Off the zone read, Daniels gonna hang on to it. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Mooney in motion. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 29.
That one good for 29.
For a Salt Lake City.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10.
At the 49-yard line.
A carry here for Warren. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Daniel. That one downfield, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some.
Into space. And he's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Salt Lake City. His 4th TD grab of the season. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Visitors 27. Condors 11.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The visitors' offense. And Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. They'll go play action here with Allen. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. On the ground, it's Corum. And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground inside the 40, a gain of 8.
A gain of 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Corum. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. And that will be a first down.
A gain of 12.
From the gun, here's Pacheco. Yeah, he can be slippery in the open field, spinning his way to a gain of 8 yards. Second and a yard.
That's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
They run with Corum. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 1.
They'll let the fullback try to push the block. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. So now they'll throw it with Allen. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 3 at the 10-yard line.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
First and goal at the 3.
Now Allen. That one batted away in the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage where you need it most. It'll be second and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen for the score. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him. And in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Visitors 34, Condors 11.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Condors offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on first and 10. On the zone read, here's Daniels. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
He's taken down just shy of midfield. 18 yards on the pickup there. That's enough for a first down.
First down.
Smith and Jigba, the man in motion. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Once again, it's Warren. And a much more positive run here. That one good for 10. But it's still going to leave him with a third down coming up.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up third and 2.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He will not be able to get to the end. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. First and 10 now from the 36.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Salt Lake City first down.
On first and 10, it's Warren. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here first and 10.
Another Salt Lake City first down.
On the zone read, they hand it to Warren. And he's going to be fouled up quickly after a game of about one. The linebacker Jonathan Cooper on the tackle.
It's second and
Off the play fake, here's Daniel. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
and the Salt Lake City first down.
Warren. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Here's a design run. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped him for no gain at the 4.
Brings up third and goal.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's third and goal. To throw is Daniels. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. Fourth down and goal. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. They'll start this on the ground with Cora. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run. This is Mason. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of 8 and sets up third down.
A gain of 9 brings up third and 1.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. He'll keep those legs churning, and he's got the first down at about the 23-yard line.
That's good.
Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
From the draw with Cora. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It'll give him 4 yards.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. What can they do here on third down and 7? From the gun. Throw here for Allen. A gain of 17 yards. And that will be a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Call it a gain of 13. That's enough for a first down. On the ground is Mason. Has some room inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a first down.
They'll run straight ahead with Condors. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Once again, it's Condors. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on second down, it's Allen. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 5.
From the gun, it's Allen. He'll try and get, and he's got another one. Josh Allen, touchdown. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Auburn, good with the extra point. And the visitors stretch things out even further.
Condors 11.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. The Condors offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Mooney in motion. On first and 10, here's Daniels. He's found his receiver, Butte. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Salt Lake City first down.
They're going to put a man in motion to the right. To the right side, he's got Andrews. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Salt Lake City first down.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. That one to the end zone, but incomplete. The ball still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Daniels gonna throw again. The pressure too much, and he goes down. James Pierce gets in there for the sack, and now it's third and goal.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. They'll throw with Daniels. He'll try to run for it.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force fourth down.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Turner.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Corum to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's a 2nd and 9. A run. And here's Mason. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On 3rd down, they go with Corum. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. So it's a win for our visitors. They get the victory away from home in the division. This is so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time, later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.